We love reading about the Catholic faith. So you have a top 10 list or several books that you enjoy that you would recommend our viewers to read, or too many to count, I'm
My
sure,
book.
but
Crossing the Tiber, Upon This Rock.
yeah, some Steve
St.
Ray
John's
books, that's for sure.
Gospel.
Put those on the top.
We started our journey with a book called Evangelical is Not Enough by Thomas Howard. He was a convert from Baptist to Episcopalian to Catholic. Very early on, someone gave us that book, and it's the book that flipped the switch for us. Actually, my wife. I was working, and I said, I'm not interested in the Catholic Church. You read it if you want to. She kept saying, Steve, this book, listen to what it says. Steve, listen to this.
Yeah.
And pretty soon, I was intrigued. But that was the book. Evangelical's Not Enough is the one that flipped the switch. And it really had a big impact on us. And if you look at my book, Crossing the Tiber, I dedicate it to Thomas Howard for having done that.
Yeah.
Another one is Eusebius's Church History, written in 325. And that book is the first church history. It totally knocked me off my high horse. It never says anything about faith alone. It never says Bible alone. It talks about apostolic tradition. It talks about bishops. I could not believe that the early church believed what the Catholic Church believed today. That book. Another one is the writing of the early fathers. It's called The Early Fathers, and it's put out by Bantam Books, and that is just a collection of some of the earliest writings. Ignatius of Antioch, Polycarp of Smyrna, Clement of Rome. That book, Cardinal Newman's Development of Doctrine.
Yeah.
That one just amazed us. So those are a couple. Oh, and Carl Keating, back then, it needs to be revised, but back then, 26 years ago, I've been a Catholic 26 years, a book called Catholicism and Fundamentalism.
Sure.
Just rocked my world, too. So those are some that I read when we were on the verge.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing.
That is awesome.